Breaking right now, President Biden is about to make a joint statement with the Palestinian president, Mahmoud Abbas, after a bilateral meeting with the two leaders. Right now, it's unclear if the president is going to take questions, but we know he isn't expected to in Saudi Arabia. Now, during yesterday's meeting, the president had to recall his list of reporters after being nudged to ask a question at his press conference with the president of Israel.
Mr. President, do you want to call on the next question?
Sure. I was given a list here.
Joe Concha here with his reaction to this latest list of reporters. Joe, what's going on?
Todd, we've seen this movie over and over and over again since back to the campaign, quite frankly, where Joe Biden does this whole "they gave me a list of reporters to call on" thing. I mean, over and over. I mean, you would think someone halfway competent in the White House would pull them aside and say, please stop sharing that information about being given a list, because it may look like you're announcing your staff is seeking to avoid hard questions, which they are, and only calling on those who ask the easy ones. And it just inspires zero confidence to see, I guess, still the leader of the free world act this way on a world stage, where he looks surprised, A, when he was asked, oh, do you want to start taking questions, and B, let me make sure I get out my list of those who are pre-approved by my staff. It's just something that I'm sure many Americans, even Democrats, shake their head at and say, how did we get here?
Yeah, hand-holding on the world stage. And yesterday, I think a lot of people went, oof. Come on, you know, you're right next to the leader of our greatest ally in the Middle East. You got to step up. You got to rise to the occasion. Speaking of rising to the occasion, some White House reporters are assessing Jean-Pierre, and unfortunately, they don't have a lot of nice things to say. One White House reporter told Fox News Digital the obvious frustration is that Kareem is by the book, literally by the book, and that means that unless your questions have some pre-prepared response in that book, you're probably not going to get anything new out of her. Here are some examples of what they're talking about.
When are you guys going to admit that you were wrong about inflation?
No easy questions today. We're not the NEA, and I would refer you to their team about that. We don't have anything clearly right now at this time. I just don't have anything to read out. We're not going to pay attention to polls from this podium. I am not going to talk about alleged materials from the laptop.
Yeah, Joe, it's such a tough job. It takes a very specific type of person to be able to do this successfully. But a lot of reporters now are saying that going to these press briefings are kind of a waste of time.
Yeah, I agree with you, Carly, that it is one of the hardest jobs in any administration, particularly one where, you know, the boss is polling at 33% approval, so you have to defend the indefensible. Jen Psaki, at least, could think on her feet. She was profoundly dishonest and condescending, but she could speak extemporaneously away from notes. With Jean-Pierre, you are looking at the worst White House press secretary in the television era, because, again, as we've seen, she reads directly from notes, oftentimes providing answers to questions that weren't even asked. She just went to whatever was pre-prepared for her. And this is a job where you have to think on your feet, and she simply can't do that. It's as if, you know, you put Teddy Ruxpin in there, and it probably will go better.
That's two Teddy Ruxpins in a span of less than 15, 20 minutes today.
I thought you'd like that.
Special day. Meantime, speaking of things that are old news, New York Times warning in a headline, Democrats face deepening peril as Republicans seize on inflation fears. We've been talking about this for months now. Welcome to the party, NYT. What are your thoughts, Joe?
That was a Die Hard reference, right? So sure. Welcome to the party, pal. Look, what's the New York Times going to report on next, Todd? You know, the first moon landing? I mean, we've been talking about skyrocketing inflation on this show and others being the #1 issue for voters for basically the past 10 months. And when Peter Doocy asked the president about his concern for rising inflation a few months ago, he called him a stupid son of a female dog. All right, it's a morning show. We're going to keep this G-rated for Carly. But there's a very real possibility that we could be looking at 10% inflation going into the fall. And even if it's in the 9% range, 8% range, it's hard to see how Democrats can overcome that elephant on steroids in a room come early November. The New York Times, the paper of record, a day late, several dimes short as usual. Todd, Carly, you guys have a good weekend. I know we got to go.
Joe, thank you so much. He wrapped himself.
Yeah, you too,
You're the best. What a professional.
Have a good weekend.
Hi, everyone. I'm Brian Kilmeade. I want you to do me a favor. I want you to click to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page. This is the only way that I know for sure that you're not going to miss any great commentary, any great news bites, any great interviews coming your way on Fox. You can get it all here on YouTube. So subscribe right now.